Welcome to The Insider. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, like, share, comment and click on the notification bell for latest football news vibes. Erling Haaland has put himself at the risk of suspension or a fine for his antics in the aftermath of Man City's 3-3 draw with Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. Erling Haaland faces a fine and even a potential suspension for his reaction to referee Simon Hooper's mistake during Manchester City's 3-3 draw with Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday. Hooper decided to bring play back for a foul, despite City winger Jack Grealish being through on goal in the last minute, having initially played advantage. Had play been allowed to continue, Grealish would have been through on goal and in a prime position to snatch 3 points at the death for Pep Guardiola's side. When Hooper stopped play, City's stars were furious and surrounded Hooper to air their grievances. Haaland and teammate Mateo Kovacic were among those to make their feelings known, and the former made his feelings crystal clear online, reposting a clip of the incident. Now, Haaland could be hit with a sanction by the Football Association for his actions on the pitch as well as off them. It could see another twist in the Premier League title race, with Arsenal, Liverpool and City all set to feel the repercussions of any action. At Football.London, we have debated what ought to happen to Haaland. Consistency is so crucially important in football, and based on that the FA have an easy decision to make. Erling Haaland's actions, while initially understandable given the decision, became embarrassing as he stormed off the pitch like a child at the full-time whistle of Tottenham's draw with Manchester City. His conduct on the pitch is worthy of a substantial fine, and based on decisions already made this season, he should also serve a one-match suspension. Virgil van Dijk was dealt that punishment for abusive and insulting words, and if that is the case, while it wasn't clear what Haaland said, it was rather obvious expletives were aimed in the direction of the officials. Whether the huge call is made in time for the upcoming clash against Aston Villa is unknown, but given how it impacted Liverpool immediately, the same fate should come Haaland's way, and he should therefore join Rodri and Jack Grealish in being suspended for Wednesday's game at Villa Park. Haaland's conduct in the aftermath of Hooper's mistake left a lot to be desired, but there are mitigations. World-class athletes play on the edge to give them every chance to be successful in the high-stakes environment of the Premier League. Haaland is one of those, a superb striker who revs himself up for games ready to stick it to his opposition, but it's just not a good look to be storming off a pitch at full time after the game, let alone then doubling down on social media to inflame tensions further. Referees are under the microscope more than ever, deservedly so as the Premier League strives to be the best in every department. But they could do without Haaland's behavior, with the player noticeably silent on his lack of precision in front of goal, but quick to take aim at a referee's mistake. A ban probably feels a bit much at this stage, but a fine wouldn't have any impact, and the danger is that those who look up to Haaland would believe those actions to be acceptable. Maybe a heartfelt apology from Haaland, posted to the same account he shared the footage and accompanying comment, is best. For me, I think it all depends on what goes into the referee's report from the game. If Haaland has used offensive language towards Simon Hooper, you've got to expect a fine and one-game ban, just like Virgil van Dijk received. Personally, I felt Haaland could and perhaps should have been sent off in or after the game. Yes, he was disappointed and yes, he was booked for his protestations, but they carried on and on and on. I would have had little sympathy if Hooper had shown a red card after the final whistle. Emotions run high during 90-plus minutes of football, and they certainly did at the Etihad Stadium. Haaland was probably just as annoyed by his own display. The tweet afterwards is not worthy of castigation, but it should come down to the referee's report, and that could be key in the upcoming fixtures in the title race. Isn't it wonderful to see so much officiating and VAR controversy leading up to Christmas? Just like last Christmas, and the one before that, and the one before that, you get the idea. Erling Haaland's latest outburst at the officials, along with a portion of other Manchester City players, should of course be facing some form of retrospective action, at the very minimum a charge for failing to keep control of their demeanor in front of the referee, and then post-match when Haaland let out a cryptic tweet. You might be thinking, what is cryptic about WTF after what happened? But perhaps it was in response to his self-analysis of the chances he missed, which would have certainly won City the game early on, and my fantasy team a whole host of points. That said, as an Arsenal fan, I am not complaining. The only thing consistent about the decision-making of both the officials and PGMOL and even the FA has been the inconsistency of it all. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has been charged following hyperbolic yet accurate descriptions of the incorrect calls made at Newcastle, whilst Roberto De Zerbi is able to get off with a warning, despite saying he publicly dislikes 80% of referees. Where will the consistency be when it comes to dealing out a punishment for Haaland? At this stage, I haven't got a clue and therefore no idea what should happen to the Norwegian. As unbiased as I am, maybe a season-long ban? Thanks for watching this soup-up video.